Hello and welcome to Middle Age Moto. Today I wanted to talk about what I believe is going to be my next bike. I've kind of made a decision. It's kind of a two-part thing. I made a decision on the next bike, but it doesn't fulfill everything that I want in my next bike. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this bike that I'm about to tell you about, and then I'm going to buy another bike, probably end of the summer. So I will have three to cover kind of the gamut of what I want. My Monster is a sport bike for old guys. It's a blast to ride, it's quick, it's torquey, it handles like a dream, it's semi-upright. The next bike, drum roll please, that I'm thinking about getting, some people may be shocked, is Honda just upgraded the CRF 250L to a CRF 300, and it's not a major power gain, but they've lightened the bike up a little bit. They've, in my eyes, made the look of the bike a lot nicer. They've and I don't have a lot of details on it because it just got confirmed that it's coming to the States, and I don't think anyone's gotten their hands on any yet. I don't even know if any have hit yet. Press bikes, what have you. So that'll be my final decision. But the suspension was always lacking. They said the suspension is a little bit better. But for what I'm going to use it for, the main reason I want a little bit of an upgrade on the suspension is because of my weight. And I'm a heavier guy, and I don't want to be bottoming out. Now, I don't plan on being hugely off-road. I'm buying it more just as something to kind of, if I see a dirt road, I'm in Alabama, there's dirt roads everywhere. If I see a dirt road, I can shoot down the dirt road. I'm not going to do that on this. Just to kind of get out and I don't want to really use, because I'm middle-aged, I don't want to use the word hooligan bike, but it's kind of a hooligan bike. And one of the biggest enticing thing is, and I know there's many better bikes out there, and you know, the CRF 400, but this bike is ticking some of those boxes, and anyone that's watched any of my videos knows that I take forever to make a final decision. But one of the main draws to this bike is the ABS model, which you can shut off the rear ABS for off-road, which is perfect because I would like the Ada front. I'm not an aggressive off-road rider, but the bike's like $5,600. I mean, in my eyes, that's a little bit of a steal. You know, either pay cash, or if I get a really good rate for it, finance it for a really short period at a really good rate and use their money, and I think it will be a blast. I've talked many different bikes in my other videos, you know, the Husqvarnas and all kinds of different stuff, but here's my key things. Long service intervals. I believe that the engine originated as a street engine. Reliability of Honda. Most of them are bulletproof. The looks. I think it looks like a really cool dual sport. I just think they've done a nice job with the look of the bike. Maintenance, gas mileage, it's kind of a throw around bike. If I drop the bike, the plastics are cheap to replace, from what I understand. Aftermarket through the roof. Now, I didn't do a whole lot to this bike. I mean, exhaust for this bike, the exhaust I wanted, oh, you know, if you want the full exhaust, it's like, you know, $3,000. I just can't justify that for an exhaust. The bike sounds fine the way it is. But the different pipes and bash plates and brush guards and racks and I mean just all kinds of neat stuff. And I I can keep the miles off this. I can take this out, you know, maybe once a week, and I'd ride more, probably. I'd get out and just kind of jerk around on that. And I'm not like a nervous ride this, but I want to keep this pristine, you know what I mean? I really, really enjoy this. Now, in a couple videos back, I believe I mentioned something, and I didn't elaborate on it, how I got to stay out of the sales area. Because when I dropped this off for service, I went up and talked to my sales guy and said, hey, I'm shocked you don't have any Street Fighters here. And he's like, well, we actually got 2 Street Fighters in the back. So he took me back there, and I sat on the new Street Fighter, and holy moly, 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 moly. The bike is absolutely gorgeous. It's even more gorgeous in person. It's absolutely beautiful. What are we doing? It is absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm very tippy-toed on it. The seat, in my eyes, is more roomy than the seat on my Monster. My Monster's kind of, you're cupped in, but that seat is just nice and wide, and it's real fluffy on a bike. But the bike's gorgeous. They didn't have an S model, which gives you your upgraded Olin suspension, the electronic suspension, and it gives you high-dollar wheels and a few other bits and bobs on it. But talking to my guy, which is a Ducati guy, he owns, you know, Ducati. He's a specialist for Ducati. He's like, John, are you going to track the bike? How many times do you switch the suspension on your Monster? And you know, I pretty much agreed, because the S model is, I want to say $25,000 or $26,000, and the Street Fighter plain one is like 19 grand. And the big difference is going to be, I'm going to butcher this, but Marcassini wheels. I just butchered it. I can't believe I did that. I wasn't going to say it. Light wheels, really cool wheels, and electronic suspension. And it may have a few other things that I'm not mentioning, but those are the major things that came out to me. And to be honest with you, electronic suspension would be really cool, but do I really need it? No. I set my bike up. I want my bike to, you know, react the same way every time. I want to get used to the suspension, and I just think that if I was swapping it around and maybe putting it in comfort mode and then swapping it to sport, and it's just going to give me a different feel and different performance. So yes, I may be justifying and talking myself out of it. Holy crap. But yeah, it's definitely you know, the 19 grand, the base model, would be the bee's knees. And to be honest with you, I was really, really, really itching, and I was really, really close to getting a number on this and just leaving it for them to fix and sell and do their thing and buying that bike. But you know, the Monster, I did my video on it, which I got some thumbs down, but I don't like the new Monster. I think that they've lost the heritage of the Monster when they did away with the trellis frame. It's a beautiful bike, don't get me wrong, but in my eyes it's not a monster, and that's just my opinion. But this, they haven't mentioned what they're doing with the 1200, but this is kind of, you know, just a beautiful bike, and I cruise like this 90% of the time. So with that, I'm going to try to cut this as short. I always say that, and their videos are still long, but cutting through some neighborhoods here. With that said, thank you for stopping in one more time with me. I will talk to you on the flip-flop. Wow. If you heard something you like, check out my other videos and see if there's anything that would entice you to join the journey, and subscribe, give me a comment, and a thumbs up. Peace out. Talk to y'all later.